Let's have a look at my tarot practice throughout 2025. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, I'm Mand, and today I'm going to take part in the end of year tag by Chanel Days. I'll make sure to tag her channel below. The prompts in this are so good. It really gets you to kind of reflect and look back on your practice, and you know, it gets you thinking of like, did you spend enough time with your decks, or was your practice just a little bit every which way? You know, it really gets you thinking. And tags like this are great because it kind of prompts us in what we might like to achieve in the new year or in the following year. But it also kind of makes us stop and go, okay, actually, you know what? I either worked with a lot more decks than I thought, or maybe I worked with less, or I dived more in or less, you know. And I really like how thought-provoking this end of year tag is. I really enjoy actually reflecting on my practice as a whole, although I'm pretty aware of how my practice was this year. So if you're new here, hi. Like I said, I'm Mand. I cover all things tarot and oracle card related, finding glimmers in everyday life and finding magic in the mundane. So if that's your jam, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you part of the family. We're pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. And like, comment, the whole lot, and let's get into the prompts. Prompt number 1 is the deck you loved using the most this year. And there's lots of decks now, to be fair. There was lots of decks that I really enjoyed using throughout the year. But this really did steal my heart, the Hedge Bitch. This is a deck that it fits a lot of the categories here, actually, or a lot of the questions, I should say. And I just loved working with this from the minute I dove into the cards. I just was lost, and I really didn't want to come out of it, because there's something very fantasy based with this deck. I love the vibrancy, I love the images, the symbolisms within the cards that you can get lost in. And I just enjoyed my time so much with this. This was such a fantastic deck. Even looking at it now, I'm like, I want to use it now. And I just love the art style, and the guidebook is amazing, and I love the different seasons and just how it made me feel. Yeah, it kind of gives that justice, strength. I have lots of majors here, but it really gave a sense of a feeling of belonging. And I think in one shape or form of another, we really do crave that sense of wanting to be part of something bigger than ourselves, and I feel like that really helped encapsulate that for me. My most recent edition is prompt number 2, and it is Seasons of the Witch, the Winter Tarot. I have my eye on a few more decks that have come out this month, so I'm kind of debating whether I'm going to pick them up this side of Christmas or not, because I know shipping dates and things like that. So, maybe I might just wait until the new year. But this is my most recent edition, and it's the one that I'm currently working with, and I'm having the best time with it. It is so super interesting. It is reminding me of a cozy game on the Switch, and I can't think of it. Is it Little Misfortune? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. I just adore this. I really love the whole winter theme of this. I know there's like mixed feelings when it comes to this deck, but I have to say I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I love the oracles, so it was kind of a no-brainer for me to pick up. For me to pick up this tarot. I don't know why I sat on it for so long. But then I was like, I really want it. And so then I got it. Oh, it's so good. Number 3 is a deck that isn't your usual style, but you're vibing with it. And I have to say, the Lubanco Tarot is definitely not my usual style. It wouldn't be one that I'd necessarily go for, but this year is the year that I'm like, no, I want to go for decks that that aren't my style. I use that loosely because heck, I still try and find my style, even though I have a rough idea of what I like. But this is so unusual and very unique. And I used it for one of the tarot challenges and I loved it. I really, really love this deck. I mean, between the art style, which is stunning, might I add, it's just not my usual. I adore it. It's very, I mentioned this in my favorite tarot, I think, or pairings tarot, that this is a very provocative deck, right? It's very unusual. I like the way it kind of looks at the human experience from a more shadowy aspect. It really encapsulates, I should say, in one with the mind, because the mind is very complex, right? And even just living life can be very complicated and very overwhelming, and this deck helps make sense of that overwhelm. I'm trying to be careful here because some of the cards are a little... I love how out there it is and how unapologetic it is. Number 4 is your favorite deck pairing, and I literally just mentioned this in my favorite deck pairings of 2025, and so it is the Wicked Moon, which is this one, tarot, paired with the Alchemy of the Spirit Oracle. Now, if you haven't seen my pairings, then you won't have seen this, but I adored this pairing so much. I feel like I'm a broken record, but I don't mind. I just love how inner child-esque these two were together. I loved how the colours really complement each other. I love the way we have a little white cat, spirit guide, companion with us in the Alchemy of the Spirit. I love the way how we're following a character within this, and there's just something very healing about these two together, and how they really complement each other. The gentleness, the kindness of it, just with ease. When using this, you're at ease. I feel like that some decks can raise your vibration, or others can kind of, I don't want to say lower it in a bad way, because lowering your vibration isn't necessarily a bad thing, but as in it grounds you. That's, I suppose, what I'm trying to say there. And this is kind of like that in between. It keeps you on an even keel. I would say it really helped balance things for me and help me see things maybe from that more childlike wonder. I mean, 9 of Swords in the graveyard. Anyway, I feel like I've talked about this pairing enough, but I'm really looking forward to diving more with this deck pairing next year. Number 5 then is Divination accessories. So dice, journals, altar items, deck mod, bag clutter, any accessories bought or made. And oh my gosh, I just realized I have another one here that I wanted to show. So this year was kind of not intentionally a low buy year as such. I suppose if I look back, probably. But one of the cool, I suppose you could use sorry, I feel like I'm very close to you. I suppose you could use crystals for divination purposes, but I got a new crystal. And it had been a while since I bought any new crystals. I actually bought a few. I got this one, and there was like a carnelian little chunky tower, and I know I got another tower as well. I think it was a zebra agate. They're in the drawer, but I want to show this because this is pink petrified wood, which is not very common. I don't want to say rare, but it could be rare. But it is in the shape of a dragon skull, and of course I reread Fort Wing, the whole series, this year because of Onyx Storm, and of course I had to get a dragon skull. Now, this took its time getting to me. This got lost for over a month. I had every faith that it was going to make its way home to me, and in fairness, Monica, who I buy nearly all my crystals from, was just the sweetest, kindest person to be dealing with, and she was so extremely patient. And I actually had the pleasure of meeting her this year up in Galway. She has like a little crystal stall up there at the markets, and it was such a pleasure to talk to her, and she's such a gem. But she was like, thank you for being so kind. I'm like, Monica, it was so out of your control. But yeah, so that is my pink petrified wood that I got this year. And I was also kindly gifted these this year as well, and they're mystic metal, so they're divination coins, and I've showed these a few times on my channel. I am so hoping next year, no, I'm not hoping, I'm setting the goal of really diving in. These are so extremely clear, and so these are really cool. So I suppose you could use these as like casting. But they have the moon phases, the planets, the elements, and the zodiac signs. Oh, look, it's Pisces. And these are just stunning. So I am, what's that one, Saturn? Maybe your A's are better than mine. But they're so extremely cool. And I was so honored to be gifted these. They were just amazing. And I've used them a few times. I have used them, but I'm looking forward to, because this year then just kind of picked up and everything went to the wayside. But anyway. And they have planets as well. I don't know, there's like a good couple of things going on, but there's a load of coins. Can you see that? There's a load of coins, and they come in the most beautiful little tie bag as well. It's like that satin, no, satin feel? No, what's this? Suede feel. Number 6 then is Great Card Back, and I was going to pick Tower of the Goddesses. There's actually quite a few decks, I'm not going to lie, that have great card backs. But I just wanted to pick this one because I fell in love with it the minute I seen it. I just love the Triple Goddess, the Pentacle, the Lotus, just the burgundy, the gold. Sorry, now I'm flipping it every which way. I loved this card back. It's sometimes like the most simplest, and I have decks with some gorgeous card backs. I mean, some of the nicest ones, but I feel like the most prettiest this year has been Tower of the Goddesses. Number 7 is a deck with a theme you like, and I wanted to pick the Wicked Moon, but I've already shown that, and then I was like, oh, the Hedge Witch, but I've already shown that, and so, of course, Fairy Tale Tarot, because who doesn't love a good fairy tale? I love fairy tales. The only thing I'm sad about this year is because it had been so busy, I didn't get the chance to work with all the decks that I really wanted to, and this is one of the few decks that I actually brought into my collection this year. And when I seen that this was being brought out, because it was out of print for a really long time, and I really wanted to get it, so I think the original one has a way bigger guidebook, but again, that's fine because the guidebook in this one is pretty good, and you can't miss what you don't know or what you don't have. So I don't have the big guidebook, so I can't really miss it. But I love fairy tales. I think they're just like, you could get lost in this artwork. And because I kind of grew up with having fairy tales read to me or reading them myself, then, you know, of course I was going to love this. Now, some of them I don't know. Obviously, some of them wouldn't be very familiar to me. But oh, it's so cute. Like, it's so different than to, say, the Forest of Enchantment, which would be quite fairy tale as well. But I can't wait to use this next year. Prompt number 8 is most beautiful deck this year, and I always find this so difficult. Like, how am I supposed to pick that? Hedge Witch would definitely be up there. Wicked Moon is another one. Alchemy of the Spirit. I mean, there's just so many beautiful decks that have come out. The Circe, Oracle, the list goes on. But I had to pick one, just one to show you, and is the Verdance Tarot. I'm sorry, the box is massive, so trying to show this. I believe I've done a walkthrough on this. It is gorgeous. It is still in order before you even say it. I know. Don't. We won't go there. Again, these could be in the most beautiful backs. Or great card backs, I should say. This deck is truly stunning. Now, they're standard Llewellyn size, so the cards are smaller, which I prefer. The detail in this, I love this. So I'm actually waiting for spring to kind of roll around for some reason. It just seems to speak to me for spring. Now, when I got it, I think it was kind of in autumn time. Doesn't mean you can't use it, by the way. Anybody watching going, wait, do I have to wait till spring? No. I just work with my decks seasonally. It seems to be the way I kind of lean into my cards. Let me show you some minors. And I love the way they all follow kind of like you can see they're all following a color pattern within the minors. It's just so well thought of. Oh, it's just, yeah. It's gorgeous. It definitely is a very, 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 very beautiful deck. Number 9 is a deck you wish existed, or a unicorn deck you want. And I don't know, is there a unicorn deck that I really want, like an out of print or anything? Only for the reason being is I feel at the moment I'm probably a little bit out of the loop in the sense of I don't know what's out of print a bit. So I don't really know what deck I would like to have. I know a lot of the decks that I would like to have, but none off the top of my head straight away. But a deck I wish existed. Oh, there's actually quite a few. I think a Hello Kitty one would be really cool. I think that'd be so cute. I feel like there's a lot of us that love Hello Kitty. I mean, I'd love a Gonk one as well. That would, like, yeah, I'd love a Gonk one. Or a Moomins one. Although I do feel like the Wicked Moon kind of scratches the itch for a Moomin deck. But at the same time, I love that kind of Moomin style. As for anything else, I'm not really sure. I feel like a tarot deck that was kind of based around Ireland would be pretty cool, or some of the mythology in Ireland would be pretty awesome to have as well. And have that heritage. Number 10 is a card, or which card sums up this year as a whole, or a card whose energy you want to bring in. And so I definitely picked the card, and it's from the Light Seers that I picked. And the card I picked for this year is the Tower. It just has felt like such a Tower year. It's been many years, to be fair, that I've had such a Tower year. It has felt amazing and absolutely horrendous all at the same time. I don't even know how to actually put that into words. But this year has definitely been a case of where maybe some things aren't working and they had to be shaken up, and good luck to them. Bye-bye. You're gone. A lot of change. A lot of having to actually redo foundations and build things up again. so on and so forth. But it has definitely been a year that has kind of, I feel collectively though, and even just seeing it, not even just feeling it, but like I see it, everybody has in some shape or form or shape, I don't know what way that saying goes, but anyway, has had just one of those years where you're like, what the fuck was that? First of all, it's the fastest, longest year I've ever put down. I don't know how that works out. Not even sure. Like, we're already in December. I mean, the new year is less than a month away at this stage. Way less than a month away. I mean, it's about 3.5 weeks away. I'm ready for a new energy, new shake up. This year has definitely shook a lot of us off. I'm looking forward to like a fresher start. Not that you can't start now, but I'm looking forward to seeing the back of 2025. I really don't want to relive that again, because I feel like I've blinked and this year has gone, but it has been a dream that I've just been going through. Like, is it ever going to stop? The shit show that is 2025. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of us have felt like that, but I definitely feel this year has been a lot of tests, a lot of lessons, a lot of working through stuff. Again, I don't want to get too much into it here, but there's been a lot of deep digging and soul searching this year, for sure. So prompt number 11 then is your tarot practice reflection, and I'll be honest, my tarot practice as a whole has not been the best that it has been in years. I feel like I've had better years working with my decks and things like that. So this year I feel if I got to work with my cards or dive into a deck, I was doing good. I was having a good time. Or if I could journal, that was great. But again, I know, and I feel like I'm a broken record, so I'm so sorry if you're sick of me saying it. This year has been so incredibly busy. There's been so many different things that have needed my attention in my own personal life that my practice actually took kind of a backseat, which, I'd be the first one to preach like priorities and make sure you're prioritizing yourself, but you know yourself, sometimes life throws you curveballs and you have to catch that, because it is a priority. Might not be to everyone, but to you it is. And so it's trying to find that balance of prioritizing yourself, but also then other things that need to be prioritized. And it was just, I felt like it was constantly juggling, and then just more stuff was being thrown into. And I feel like, we've got to December, so I must have juggled pretty good. And everything, for the most part, has turned out all right, and it's good. But it's just, yeah, my tarot practice unfortunately was not a priority in one sense for me this year. And now that I'm looking back, I'm like, that kind of makes me sad, because for me it has always been like my safe place to come to, my guidance, confidant I should say. So to have to, and not even have to, but looking back on it now, I'm kind of sad that so much of my time was taken up with other things that unfortunately my decks have sat kind of going, are you ever going to come back to us? And I have worked with quite a few. I'm proud of what I've worked with, but I'm also aware that there's a case where there'd been days, weeks that I haven't. So yeah, that has been kind of my tarot practice. So if you've been feeling like that, don't be hard on yourself. I'm trying to say that so I don't feel bad, because when you're doing tarot too, right, you kind of need to be working with decks. But for the most part, it was just a balancing act this year, and I feel like we've all been juggling and balancing. So yay us, okay, celebrate us. And last but certainly not least is pull a card for the new year, or a deck you want to use next year. And I'm going to do both. So I'm going to pull a card for next year. I'm going to blow some luck into that, because Lord knows we need a good 2026, right? So let's see what is 2026. Not too many. Not too many. Oh! We're not even looking at that. I'm going to take the one that was turned up. The star. I will take that. I'm going to take that and run with it. For sure. Like, that's literally me this year. I'm holding on by a thread. I can't wait for the Christmas holidays that I can just sit back, put my feet up, clock out, play some games, read some books. I've been trying. For the most part, if I can read like 2-3 pages a day in a book, I'm doing good. And the deck that I want to work with next year is Tarot Bot. This is so exciting. I won this from Han over at Simply Han's channel. And she was doing a giveaway. And I have worked with it, but I want to work with it more, right? Do you know the way look at these edges? They're like this real metallic black. It's beautiful. It's so, so good. But I have worked with it. As you can see, it's been shuffled and whatnot. It's quite chunky because there's actually extra cards in this as well. I believe I have them actually shuffled into it. I must do because they're not in the box. But I really want to work with this next year. I'm just trying to find a really nice oracle that pairs so good with this. But this is so extremely cute, and I really enjoyed the little readings that I did do with this. Oh, it's so adorable. I love the little robots. They're so cute. No, we're not doing that. We're not having a tarot moment. But yeah, I adore this, and I'm really looking forward to next year actually just spending like quality time with my decks. So my loves, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching my end of year tarot tag answers. I don't know, my brain is just, I need another cup of coffee because I'm still half asleep. And thank you to Chanel for creating an amazing tag, and I've had so much fun answering these and like reflecting on the year and whatnot. It has been one heck of a year. I'm looking forward to 2026, I'm not gonna lie. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And remember, stay magical, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye guys.